Hi, welcome back to more yoga with me, Emily. Thank you so much for joining me today. I thought we would do another progressive flow class, slow building on, adding a new movement each side. They can be sweaty, they can be tiring, there's a lot going on. Feel free to skip the chaturangas or the flows at any point and just go straight back to downward facing dog. Take your time to build up with it, but I find they're a really great way to not necessarily master, but really start to get into certain poses and understand them a little bit better. So that being said, find a tall seat. You can be cross-legged or on your shins or legs outstretched, whatever feels good for you. And then for 3 breaths, inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh the breath away. A couple more. Continue breathing however you need to, whether it's in and out through your nose or your mouth. Notice how your breath is flowing, if it feels really open and spacious. Or maybe you notice some sticky or choppy spots along the way. If so, you might gently try to lengthen through those parts just to smooth the breath out a little bit more. And usually, naturally, without forcing it, just paying attention to the breath, it starts to deepen or lengthen. And it doesn't take any conscious activation on our part. Last couple of breaths here. Know that if anything gets too wobbly or shaky, or too fiery or intense today, you can draw your focus back to this breath. Slow and sweet. Can help calm the nervous system down and dispel the fire and the wobbles. Gently flicker your eyelids open. Make your way to hands and knees. Setting up with knees underneath hips, toes can be tucked or untucked, hands outer shoulder width apart or wider. Let's move through cat and cow. Inhale, lift the tailbone, hollow through the lower back, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, round through your spine. Really start to press it up to the sky. Inhale, slowly dip the belly, and exhale, round. So a few more of these cat and cow undulations on your own time, on your own breath. Using this opportunity to link movement with breath, because that's what flow or vinyasa, whatever you want to call it, that's what it's all about. Right? Movement with breath. On your next exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Can pedal the heels if you'd like to. Maybe wag your tail from side to side. Whatever feels good here, whatever you need. Make sure those fingers are spread really wide. Grip the mat with the finger pads. Firing up the muscles of the forearms, to help protect your wrists. Draw the belly button to spine. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale. Walk, step, or hop to the top edge of the mat, standing forward fold. Make sure that you're hinging at the hips, so send your sit bones back. Little bend of the knees. You could rock, you could sway, whatever you need. Head heavy, neck long, so looking between your legs rather than at the floor. And then release your hands with fingertips to your shins or the earth. Inhale, lift up part way. Exhale, let it go. 2 more. Bend your knees, head heavy, arms heavy. Tuck your chin into your chest. Slowly roll up to standing. 1 vertebra at a time. Couple loops of the shoulders, up, back, and down. Little draw of belly button to spine, shoulder blades on your back. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, maybe follow with your gaze. Exhale, melt, forward fold. Inhale, little partway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, plant your hands on your inhale, step back to plank, top of a push-up, either from your toes or from your knees, whatever is going to feel better for you today. Couple breaths here, press the floor away from you, squeeze the bum, squeeze the tops of the thighs, and then look to the top edge of your mat. You can always come down to your knees first. Exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. Untuck the toes, little wiggle of the hips from side to side. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, so much so that you feel your kneecaps lift away from the earth. Send your tailbone to the back wall, feel the belly button engage toward the spine. And then inhale, lift the heart forward to come up, baby cobra. And exhale, back down. So a few of these spinal extensions are on your own time, on your own breath. Hands could hover, or they might come off the wood. Think of keeping the back of the neck long, so you're looking down rather than forward. Right. Tuck that chin under. Last breath here. Then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders or by your low ribs. Tuck your toes. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Walk, step, or hop to the top edge. Inhale, lift up part way. Exhale, fold. Charge your legs. Inhale, sweep all the way up to the sky. Exhale, right back down to the earth. Fold. Inhale, little partway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Inhale, hop, step, or float back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way or partway to the earth. Inhale through baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's begin. On your inhale, lift your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists, hips high. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right knee to right armpit or elbow, hips high. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right knee across to the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee comes to nose, and then pause. Really press the floor away from you. Knee to nose, nose to knee. Exhale, step right foot to thumb. Pause here, fingertips on the floor. Wrap the back foot to the floor for warrior one. So you might step it up slightly, back foot on an angle. And then start to wrap the left hip forward as you really draw the right hip back. Spine long. Hug the legs toward each other. Inhale, start to de-weight the right arm, reach it forward and up. And then the left, drive through the front heel. Inhale, come all the way up, warrior one. The idea being that you've set your foundation before getting here. If you need to adjust, then adjust. Maybe you step that back foot up a little bit more. I want you to sink into the front knee and then supercharge your back leg towards straight. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the top of the thigh. Can you de-weight the big toe on the back foot so that you're not rolling into the arch of the foot? Good. One more breath here. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left knee, left armpit or elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee across the opposite side. Keep the hips high. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee comes to nose. Pause. Right, press the floor away from you. Exhale, step left foot to thumb. Pause, fingertips on the floor. Look at the back foot. Step it up or maybe wider for warrior one. Wrap the right hip forward. Draw the left hip back. Belly button to spine. Start to reach the left arm forward and up. And then the right. Inhale, come all the way up. Warrior one on the opposite side. You know, your hips might never get fully square to the front. That is fine, but that's the action. Drive through the back leg. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the top of the thigh. Can you de-weight the big toe on the back foot? And then chill out on the shrug muscles. Last breath here. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back, flow, or a downward facing dog. Adding on. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step right foot to thumb. Wrap the back foot for warrior one. Inhale the right arm high, and then the left. Come all the way up, warrior one. One breath here. Bring your arms to cactus. Bring your palms to imaginary walls on either side of you, and then press into them. From here, wrap the palms, elbows back behind you. Hard squeeze on the shoulder blades. Lift the heart up. Keep working the back leg. If you have a back bend, let it start at the base of the heart. Keep the chin tucked in. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, flow, or downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step left foot to thumb. Wrap the back foot for warrior one. Inhale the left arm high, then the right, drive through the front heel, come all the way up. One breath, warrior one. Bend your elbows into cactus, spin your palms to those imaginary walls, start to press into them. And then firing up medial deltoid. From here, wrap the elbows, the palms behind you. Hard squeeze on the shoulder blades, like you're holding a pencil between the shoulder blades. Keep sinking into that front knee. Keep charging the back leg towards straight. Last breath here. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Okay, adding on, inhale the right leg high. Exhale, right foot to thumb. Back foot wraps for warrior one. Inhale the right arm, then the left. Come all the way up, warrior one. Cactus those arms, spin the palms back behind you. On your inhale, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, swan dive forward, working toward both legs straight in pyramid. So this is where you might step that back foot up or even wider from where it is so that you can work toward both legs straight. Wrap the left hip forward, draw the right hip back, belly button to spine. Hands might be on the floor. If you have a block or some books, they can come to blocks. Some of you might de-weight the hands, making it more of a strength variation. Wherever you need to go. Last couple breaths here. And then bend into the front knee, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step left foot to thumb. Wrap the back foot for warrior one. Inhale the left arm high, and then the right. Drive through the front heel, come all the way up. Bend the elbows, cactus the arms, wrap the elbows, the palms behind you. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, swan dive forward. Again, working toward both legs straight in pyramid, so you might adjust the back foot up or wider. Really wrap that right hip forward as you draw the left hip back. Make sure you're not locking the knees out, that there's still buoyancy here. Hands go wherever they need to go, onto the floor or on blocks, or maybe you hover it out. Last couple breaths. Gently bend into the front knee. Plant your hands, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step your foot to your thumb. Back foot comes to the floor. Inhale, lift the right arm. Then the left, come all the way up. Bend your elbows. Wrap the elbows behind you. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, swan dive toward the floor for pyramid. And then bend into the front knee. Walk your fingertips or your blocks forward. Inhale, lift the back leg high. Standing splits. Okay, so here, look back at your toes. Direct them to the floor rather than out to the left. And then wrap that outer right hip back. Micro bend on that supporting leg, but really extend the lifted leg. One more breath here. Exhale, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step left foot to thumb. Wrap the back foot for warrior one. Inhale the left arm, then the right, come all the way up. Bend your elbows, wrap them behind you. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, swan dive forward. Again, working toward pyramid pose. One breath here. Bend the front knee. Walk your fingertips or your blocks forward. Inhale, lift the back leg high. Okay, pause, breathe. Bending that supporting knee a little bit. Wrap that left hip back. And then spiral the inner right thigh up to the sky. Last couple breaths here. Exhale, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step the foot to the thumb. Back heel comes to the floor. Inhale, right arm, left arm, drive through the front heel. Warrior one. Bend the elbows, wrap that behind you. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, swan dive forward. Bend into the front knee, lift the back leg high. One breath and standing splits. Look at the back edge of the mat. Exhale, step all the way back for a high runner's lunge. Keep wrapping the right hip forward, left hip forward, right hip back. And then bring both hands inside the front foot. So you might heel into the front foot out a little bit wider to get here. Option to stay up high with that knee or to come down. Some of you might stay up on your hands. Some of you might come down to your forearms. One more breath. Plant your hands, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step your foot to your thumb. Back heel wraps to the floor. Inhale, left arm high. Then the right, come all the way up. Warrior one. Bend your elbows. Wrap them behind you. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, swan dive forward. Both legs straight. Bend into the front knee. Walk the fingertips forward. Inhale, lift the back leg high. One breath here. And then exhale, step all the way back for that high runner's lunge. Wrap the left hip back. Belly button to spine. You might have hands on blocks, right? I could have said that on the first side. That helps keep the spine nice and long. Some of you might stay here with that back knee lifted. Some of you might choose to lower the back knee to the floor. Now, bring both hands inside the front foot. Heel and toe out a little bit wider to give you space to do that. See, my hips are lifted a little bit. That's okay. Try to sink them down though. Maybe you stay here, again, back knee up or down. Maybe some of you come down to forearms. Last couple breaths. Plant your hands, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step right foot to thumb. Back heel comes to the floor. Inhale the right arm, then the left. Come all the way up, warrior one. Bend your elbows, wrap them behind you. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, swan dive forward. Bend into the front knee, walk the fingertips forward. Inhale, lift the back leg high, standing splits, one breath. Exhale, step all the way back. Wrap both, or bring both hands inside the front foot. Stay up on hands or come down to forearms. Step the right leg back, plank. So either from your hands or from your forearms. Belly button to spine, you're welcome to stay here. Or exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale back, exhale, right knee to right armpit or elbow. And back. And draw it across the opposite side. And back, exhale, left knee to nose. And back, left knee, left armpit or elbow. And back. Exhale, draw the knee across. And back, pause here. Or maybe you pike the hips. Press the elbows into the floor. Walk the toes toward you. Dolphin pose, head off the floor. Press the floor away. And then release. Hands and knees, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step left foot to thumb. Wrap the back heel to the floor. Inhale the left arm, then the right. Come all the way up. Bend your elbows, wrap them behind you. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, swan dive forward. Bend into the front knee, walk the fingertips forward. Inhale, lift the back leg high, standing splits. Exhale, step all the way back. Bring both hands inside the front foot. Maybe you're up on your hands. Maybe you come down to forearms. Step the left leg back. Plank on the elbows, forearms rather, or the hands. Pause here, squeeze the bum, or exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale back, left knee, left armpit, elbow, and back. Exhale, draw the knee across, and back. Right knee, and back. Right knee to arm, and back. Draw it across to the left, and back. Pause, maybe you lift the hips up. Maybe you walk them in. Maybe you lift one leg high, and down. Maybe you lift the other, and down. Bend your knees, plant your hands. Last flow, or downward facing dog. Gently lower your knees to the earth. Take the mat width apart or wider, toes touching behind you. Send the hips back and release to child's pose. You probably don't want your arms extended. We did a lot of arms, so you might bend the elbows, bring the palms underneath the shoulders, kind of like chicken wings. Some of you might wrap the arms behind you. Whatever you need. A few more breaths here. Allow the breath to settle. Allow the heart rate to settle. Child's pose. Slither forward onto your belly. Little wiggle of the hips from side to side. Untuck the toes. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Send the tailbone to the back wall, belly button to spine. Arms reach along back beside you. Palms can face up or down, whatever feels better on you. And then inhale, lift the heart forward and up. To half locust. You might let the hands hover or even clasp them behind your back. Some of you might reach the feet so far back that the legs start to de-weight as well. Keep the chin tucked slightly. Exhale, lower all the way down. One cheek to the floor. Deep belly breaths to release through the lower back. And then roll over to your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Little rock from side to side. And then bring your feet to the floor. Bend the knees so the feet are hip width apart, parallel, close enough into your bum that you can tickle your heels with your fingertips. Make sure their feet aren't super wide or super narrow. Press the feet into the floor as you inhale slowly. Peel the spine up and away for a bridge. If the knees are really winging out to the side, can you think of hugging them back toward the center line without them touching? Go wherever you need to go. Maybe you walk a little bit higher onto the outside edge of the shoulders. Maybe you clasp your hands behind your back. And on your exhale, slowly release down. Hug your knees back toward you. Little rock from side to side. Take your right arm out to the side. Maybe you shift your hips right. Exhale, lower your knees to the left for a twist. As gentle or as deep as you need. Let the feet relax to the floor. You might bring a block underneath the bottom knee or between them if that gives you a little bit more support. You might also look along the right arm. And then slowly inhale. Back to center, reset your spine, your pelvis. Maybe you shift the hips left a little bit. Left arm out to the side. Exhale, lower the knees to the right. Again, as gentle or as deep as you need. Coming back to that slow, sweet breath that we had at the start. One more inhale. One sweet exhale. And slowly come back to center. If there's anything else you feel like you need before your rest, could be a happy baby or some sort of spinal flexion or extension, go where you would like to go. Otherwise, think about where you would like to rest, whether it's flat on your back, legs bent or straight. You might rest on your side or in a seated meditation. Maybe you go back to child's pose, wherever you need to go. And then for 3 breaths, inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh the breath away. Couple more. With each exhale, let your body melt a little bit deeper into the earth. And let go of any last breath control, any last muscle gripping or tension. Stay here as long as you can, 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.